Hi folks, this is question 8. We have to represent the figures as percentages. If you take the diesel there, that's just going to be 25,900 out of the total, which is 117,400. And if we times that by 100, that turns it into a percentage for you. So it's going to be 22.06%. And we're going to do the same with the hybrid. That's 30300. Should give us 25.81. Then we have to give the other one as angles. Angles are out of 360. Because we already have the percentages, we can just do the percentage times 360. So that would just be, the first one is 22.06 times 360, because the percentage represents the proportion anyway. And you have to put in the percentage button, obviously, on the calculator. And then that will give us 79. That's the first one. And the other one, you just do 19.17% times 360, and it should give us 69%, or sorry, 69 degrees. Because we're timesing by the 360, turns it into what the angle is. And you have to plot them on the pie chart then. So it's just taking your protractor, putting it on the middle, measuring the angle. So we should have a 93-degree angle. It'll be a little bit below, a little bit past the right angle, and that's the hybrid. And the fully electric is 69%, so it'll be somewhere out here when you measure it. You label the sectors, even if we just label here and the angles are a bit long, we probably still get marks because the question is telling us to label. And then diesel is the other one, and that should be 79 degrees. Right, this is a scatter plot. Because the dots are going down, it has to be a negative correlation. And all of the dots here are fairly close together. They're not far off being a straight line. Okay, if they were out a bit more out here, you'd say it was weaker, but that's a pretty strong negative correlation. So strong negative correlation. The reason is dots are close together. And going down, you could say. So if the dots were all rising, for example, if they were like that, and they were going up from left to right, that would be a positive correlation. So they're not here. Right, he says that the correlation coefficient for two sets of data is 5. Why is this not correct? So we can't have 5 when it's a correlation coefficient. So it's only between -1 and 1. So you have to say something like that. 1 is a perfect positive correlation, -1 is a perfect negative correlation, and then 0 is no correlation, and everything in between then is that's how correlation coefficients are measured. Here we have margin of error. You need to know the formula by heart for margin of error. It's 1 over root n, so that's 1 over square root of, well, it's a sample of 815, and then you just put in the calculator, and it should give you 0.035 something, and then when you times up, We times that by 100 just to turn into a percentage. It's 3.5%. 106 of the 815 cars were bought in 2024 were electric. Work out the percentage of new cars in this sample that were electric. So we just do 106 over 815 and we times by 100. That turns it into a percentage. We should get 13%. Right, our confidence interval then, that's our p hat plus or minus the margin of error. So here that will be 13% plus or minus whatever our first one was, that was 3.5%. So our confidence interval here is, if we take away 3.5%, that's 9.5%. And if we add on 3.5%, that's 16.5%. I'm just adding it on and subtracting it. So that's how we get that. Our conclusion then, so they're saying that in 2023, 19.2% of all new cars bought were electric. So that's their claim. So that's his claim. So our conclusion will be that the reporter is wrong because his figure, so the 19.2%, well, that's the amount that were bought in 2023. So the amount that's bought in 2024 is 19.2% doesn't lie within the confidence interval. It doesn't lie between 9.5 and 16.5. Therefore, we say that the reporter is wrong. Or actually, no, sorry, yeah, he's claiming that it's different. So he's claiming that it is different. Okay, so sorry, reporter is right then. Because it's outside, okay, because it's outside of confidence interval. Um, so 19.2% is outside of the confidence interval. So he's claiming that it's different. So because it's outside of it, it is different. It's far enough out away from what it was before.